There you go.
We're finally here.
Woo! Okay, is it on? Oh, hi guys! Welcome! This is Collective Frequency. I am Tammy Chino, and this is my husband Anthony Chino, and we have our amazing guest, Munira Sade. She goes by Sade, right?
I go by Munira.
Munira. There you go. Okay, gotcha. So, yes, we're going to start doing this again, and we're going to gather all the collective. This is really important time where we're all coming together again and doing our interviews and seeing what's going on behind the scenes. So at this time, I want to let my husband speak a little bit.
Greetings, Earthlings. How you doing today? It's a beautiful day out there, but it's still a little cold. Well, we haven't done this in a long while, so we're kind of a little bit rusty. But we're getting it together, and like Tommy was saying, that it's time to collaborate with one another. Stop, separating yourself from others around you, and don't be afraid to ask for help, because it's all about helping one another to get through this new dimension that we're going through. But if you want to stay in the third dimension, go right ahead. It's going to be a little bit hard. Like we said, we haven't done this in a while, and we're going to try to do this every Sunday, for I don't know how long.
How long Spirit tells us.
So, however long Spirit wants us to, and when we were speaking just a while ago, a big old bright light came in, and some sort of energy is up. So we're like in this other dimension that we're created. It's up to you how you want to create your movie, or how you want to view yourself, I guess, So we're going to start off with questions.
Yeah. So we are a collective frequency, and everybody is a collective on the same frequency. And therefore we have the t-shirt right here, see? Everybody is coming to the table. So we are out of New Mexico, and we've been traveling around the United States to share this information. Everybody coming from all four directions to New Mexico. New Mexico is the heart of the whole world, so we're all here. All the Avalonian beings are here, the healers, the spiritualists, all the entertainers, all the dancers, everybody's here. And then now we're helping the indigenous come back into their full authentic beings. So yes, this is an amazing time, right? And then we got her to come in for our interview. We're so grateful for her to come in on a Sunday at 1 o'clock. And I'm gonna have her, I want you to just kind of tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do and all that fun, juicy stuff.
Okay, awesome. Thank you so much for having me. You guys are my family, so it's like coming on a Sunday at 1 is like, okay. We're just gonna hang out, exactly. I actually didn't even know that this was fully, I didn't understand what was happening, so I was like, yeah, I'll come and see you. You said interview, and I was like, I brought my laptop, and I was like, okay, let's go. I'm so excited. So I go by Munira. It means to illuminate light. It's my middle name in Arabic. So I'm a mover, I'm a healer. I play music, I sing. I really just love to connect to people, and really found you guys at the right time, learning how to collaborate with more people, learning a lot about myself, this beautiful city, and that there's so many roots that we can all come together. So yeah, I'm excited to use my gifts to do that. And yeah.
What other gifts do you have?
Well, I'm a mother, so I'm a provider and a protector, and I move. I co-run a gym in Nob Hill. It's a sound lounge and a private gym, and it's called Positive Mood Project. So really just wanting to make it into a healing center, and I got the opportunity from my friend Rich, who's the owner, who just wants to work with me more, and gathering a lot of people to use that space to heal also in different ways. And then I teach about 8 classes a week at a ninja academy, so it's really fun.
Ooh,
Get to do weight training with people, and then put them through obstacle courses so that they can work on their balance and their breath, and challenge themselves. It's been challenging for me too. I'm a very active person, but to run up a wall at like 5 feet tall. I'm like, it's good for
Are
me.
you ready, babe?
Sure.
We'll do baby
Well,
steps.
Baby
Yoga?
steps. I'm on the kid wall right now, so like I mastered the kid wall, so I'm really happy. Yeah, and then hoping to teach yoga, hoping to teach movement as therapy to ground people with themselves, because it's been my meditation. Any movement is just meditation. So excited to work with you more.
So what is your, let me see.
What is your intention behind helping others heal themselves?
I know that I'm here for that reason. I learned that I am my healer, and that we are all our healers. So providing space for them to learn that. A lot of people are not educated about being active. It's different for them. So being able to make it a place where they don't feel like they're just gonna work out. I want them to feel like they're feeding themselves. So I really incorporate meditation into my sessions, yoga into my sessions, a lot of mindfulness and manifestation practice into my sessions. So when I work out with people, I'm talking to them about look at yourself, like stand tall, understand that you have everything you need and that this is where you're supposed to be and you can be in it and stand in your power like you told us at the sound bath. So, movement saved my life definitely a few years ago. Learning how strong I am physically is a really good thing to master when you're working on finding your true strength, Being able to be strong physically, it's one of the first steps, for me at least it was. So, knowing that I could do A to B and like feel really good about my body and feel safe and in my body. And then that kind of goes into other areas, meditating, using music to meditate with that and the movement as well. So it's been a journey for me too. It's been nice. And I just want to provide the space for people. So I'm throwing a show next Saturday.
Okay.
It's my 1 year anniversary since I released my first project. And so I'm excited about that. Yeah, the 11th. Yeah.
We have our sound bath.
No, but it's late.
Oh.
And then I'm throwing an after party at my private studio. And it's crazy that you said you have a sound bath that night, because I'm coming. I'm coming.
Oh, okay.
I was actually going to ask you if you had a sound bath that day so I could come, because what happened for anyone that was not at Winter Solstice is these two lights right here through a sound bath. And I was able to be in that and then open the festival, right after. And it was beautiful.
I was bummed out.
It was beautiful. It's okay. You're not going to miss it this time.
I'm not going to miss it this time. Yeah, we're over here trying to struggle to put all this stuff away and get out of here. And I'm like, oh, man, we missed her. She's not supposed to be the first one. I thought she was supposed to be the second one.
Literally, I did too. It's okay.
It
Worked how it was supposed to.
Yeah.
But so we'll do the sound bath here. So meet us here. And then we're going to go to my show at the Wine Dive. It's 9:30 to 11. And then after that, we're going to go to my private studio that Rich and I are running, Positive Mood Project, 123 Jefferson. And my friend Wyatt is going to DJ. But while he DJs, we have sound lounge beds. So people are going to be able to lay in the bed 5 minutes at a time while he's DJing and not hear him. And they're going to be able to just be one with the vibration chair and, work that out. So I'm excited.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, and whoever comes gets a first free session for their workout, so you should come.
I want one of those there here.
Right on. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that sounds like fun. I guess we got our night planned out for 11. So
Everyone
everybody that's
start here.
tuning in, come check it out, man. Come in and check out the sound bath, and we'll go venture out after that. One thing I was gonna ask, what's your ethnicity? What is your heritage, and did that lead you into your spirituality, or did you learn from that to be where you're at right now? So it plays along with your music and stuff. So
Absolutely, yeah, that's a great question. So my mother is a citizen in Sweden. I'm a dual citizen in Sweden, so I grew up. My parents got married when they were like 16 years old. Met in Taos.
That crazy place.
Right?
What's up with Taos?
What's up with Taos? No, my mom.
What's up with Taos?
What's up with Taos? I come from, so my mom's side, my grandfather's from Barcelona, and my grandma's from Sweden, and they're all Muslim. So they migrated over here, left my mom here alone as a teenager and went back. And so she met my dad in Taos at like 16. My father's German and, American descent, English, Irish. So they met in Taos. That's where I was born. And then I was raised Messianic Jewish on my father's side until I was, a few years old. And then I lived with my mom, and from then on I was raised Muslim until I was 14. I was telling Yenny that I went to like 5 high schools and like 4 elementary schools. I kind of lived in Peñasco and Taos and Santa Fe first 10 years of my life, and so I got the Norteña roots.
Yeah, you're a true Norteña.
I am. Oh my gosh, I am. It's so funny because I was actually like, my dad's ex-wife is from, those parts. And so I'm this little blonde girl. Like at the time I was blonde. And I'm just this like little blonde girl in Norteña with my bangs. Listening to Salinas. And it was funny. And so I went to school in Santa Fe until I was about 10. And then actually my uncle was deported back to Europe. And so we moved to Europe, and I kind of lived in Spain on the streets a little bit. It was cool. We just didn't really have a home, and got taken in by the Muslim community really well where my grandpa was. So, and then, spent some time in Denmark, went to school in Sweden. So my nationality, I just found out too, it's like Polish, but I'm Swedish, Spanish, German, and a little Russian. So, and I found out from you, I'm Native American in a past life, so
yeah.
That really adds to my spiritual being as well. So I don't know. That's kind of where I am. I feel like I'm connected to Earth. I've never really had like a set home and like a way of being. It was just a lot of different parts added to me. I was telling Yenny too, I have 8 younger siblings, and they're all half, and they're all from a different ethnicity. So I'm blessed to be able to like connect with a lot of different people in my life, and feel like that has really added to my sounds. Music to me is just a way I think and create that, it's a lot of like empowerment, the love that I have for myself and people. I really try to put that in what I sing.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a lot more sounds coming out too that I'm excited for it. So
Ooh,
yeah.
Collaboration.
Collaboration is what is bringing the sounds out.
Mm-hmm.
So for anyone who isn't collaborating, you're almost just causing a limitation in your life. You're keeping yourself in this comfortable box, and maybe not intentionally. The fear of doing something new doesn't need to be fear. It's a beautiful thing. So the last several months I've just been opening up myself to working with different people. Maybe not someone that I foresaw that I would be going that route, but for example, producers that are doing more like house music and like, psychedelic jazz in some areas, and working with a lot of different musicians. I bring a new musician on as much as I can to one of my shows. And then also not even just musicians, but healers, people that are just doing what they're supposed to be doing here on earth in their body, like you guys, being able to collaborate, whatever it is, it's good for growing into yourself. It's really nice. So do it.
Yeah.
Do it more often. You seem like you want to say something.
How do you feel like the music is changing or evolving, or are we going backwards to go forwards? Or I'm seeing the shift in music, and I know music is the frequency that gets us to where we need to get to. And I'm like, because I have a younger son, of course, he plays music too, so we talk a lot about it. He's more about all the organic music, but how do you feel it's going to evolve here in the near future?
I think people really are coming back to that, the organic, like you said.
Yeah.
People want to have intimacy. People do love, the beautiful thing about music is all the genres, they can all fit together.
Mm-hmm.
For example, at the winter solstice, started off with the live set, little jazz, R&B, soul, went into Galaxy, for her set, and that was beautiful in her genre. It all fits in together, but I think people, they want that experience, they want it to be personal, and they want to be able to connect, and be fed. So I think that's with all industry of music is it's always moving very fast, but people are connecting in it as it's moving. So, and it's bringing a lot of different people together.
Yeah.
A lot of different people in the same roof. At the winter solstice, it was so beautiful to me because you came up and said, "I'm sorry I missed your set." But it was in the middle already. I think it was, what was her name with the gongs?
Oh, I forget her name.
Oh, and it's right at the top of my
Yeah,
head.
you just talked about her.
I know, Gingy from LA.
Yes.
So creating her whole set with loops. She had her gongs, she had her sticks, she had everything. She was so amazing. And I was just like, it doesn't really feel like my set. It kind of felt like, because she was looping from the energy from all of us watching her. You know, that whole set, it wasn't really, I mean, a little planned, but, you know, she was really going off of our energy. So what that showed me is that we were all a part of her set. We all created her, you know, her sounds with her, and she led us. And then it went into other sets, and every set was very transcending. It led to the next, and I feel like we can all connect in music, and we all create that together. So it's not like a very personal thing anymore.
Yeah.
It's not. It can't be. You know.
Yeah. It was
You have to
weird. It was
create
like
others.
There was no like break in the way that the music was transcending, because we were in our hotel, we could hear everything, and of course we're exhausted because we have to wake up early and do the morning, you know, sunrise ceremony. And we could hear the music, and it would just keep going. It wasn't like there wasn't like a break in it. It just kept like evolving to the next set and then to the next set. So it was really awesome to hear that.
It started with your sound bath.
Yeah.
You created those sounds.
That,
you know.
like she was talking about the way we play off people's energy. It's like the bowls. They recognize people's DNA or where they're at, and it gets pretty easy to play the bowls. But at the beginning, it starts to like they want to touch some sort. It's always the heart. We always go to that heart bowl, and it's always on this side that wants to start playing first to open that up. And then from there it just progresses, and it goes into whatever people are feeling or what they're going through at that time. So it's like she is talking about, like feeding off of other people's energy, and that's just how everything plays out. And it doesn't go linear. It's not just, it goes spiraling. So all the energy and frequency is spiraling out, and you just, you know, that's what we're here for, is to raise people's frequency, to wake them up, to realizing what, you know, who they are and, you know, where they're coming from. So with that, like, you know, do you feel that way when you play your guitar or when you sing your songs like that? You know, you're touching these people's hearts, and, you know, closing their minds up, and, you know, open them up to something, you know, that's just for them. And how does that make you feel, you know, doing this, being the Pied Piper, as Tammy was saying?
It's awesome. It's a gift that I'm thankful for. It can be overwhelming sometimes, you know, because I catch myself overthinking, like, I want to reach these people, but then I'm like, I need to stop, and I just reached them already, you know? It's been nice. Up until this point, it's been my way of healing myself, addressing things that I have been through, and being able to relay that in music. And people have come up to me and been like, you know, I have felt the same things. Thank you for that. But from now on, I don't really want it to be about what I've been through. I just want it to be where I am. And I want people to be able to connect to where they are. So I'm thankful for the journey of music being, you know, therapy and healing of the places that I've come from, and being able to let me voice those places. Because there's that light again. It almost came through.
Hi.
Yeah. Did you see that? Yeah.
They're just passing through.
They are. It's nice.
They're nosy.
If you haven't had the chance to use your voice, you know, to speak up for yourself, to address injustice, to say, I'm here, take care of me, you know, you have to honor that place when you reach it, to be in that place, but move on from there. And I love your ears. It's just taught me that with music is like I can be in that place, you know, and then I can move on from there. So it's really good for all of us to acknowledge the lessons that we've learned being here on earth and acknowledge, you know, the pain, but let it go and let it go. And honestly, I've the last few years I've really held on to it, and I've put music, you know, as the forefront of the ability to express it through, and that was okay. I needed justice. I didn't have justice as a child through the things I went through. That's okay, but let it go, because we're on a different dimension, like you said, and everything is back there. It's in the past, and it's not gone. You know, it's in your DNA, but there's more that can come through.
Yeah.
So that's what I'm interested now. Is I really just came to a place in this last month where I'm starting fresh in almost every area of my life, and I'm allowing new connections and new collaborations and new sounds to come up because I have let that go. And I want people to be able to feel that in my music when they come and watch me. They're not watching me, they're watching themselves, because I do want to reflect who they are.
Yes.
And I want it to be that kind of connection. So
Yeah. Oh, it was like for New Year's Eve, we were going through the nostalgia of everything because this guy took us down the rabbit hole into his mind. And then I'm thinking, how does this work when this is all old music? Music lives forever, but then there's like a lot of woe is me songs and all this different stuff, you know. And then as I was listening to the music, it's funny because only the key words hit you during the time and space where you're at. So it wasn't that old woe is me wasn't like coming forward to me. So it was a little bit different. It's kind of like I want to write my books, but I keep stopping myself from writing my books because we're evolving every day. But then somebody told me, no, but it hits the people that it needs to hit at that time.
Exactly.
So as an artist, how does that, you know?
Well, that reminded me of a conversation I was having where I was talking to someone and I was like, exactly where you are, I feel like I'm starting and like now it's my turn.
Yeah.
So like you might get through something and on to the next idea,
Yeah.
but there are people that are just starting and they like need that guide.
Yeah.
And then there are people that are ahead and we can look to them, you know? So we can all learn from each other. Exactly. It's like almost like that and like dominoes, you know?
Yeah.
So that's why I always appreciate where I am. I'm not always like, oh, just forget it. Just forget it. It's like, this means something. People are here. Some people can't let go. And they need this. But I can let go. So I'm going to create this and I'm going to move on. Like you. You know, on to the next idea. But document it. Documentation. Yanni and I were eating breakfast and we were looking at all of our childhood photos. Like really funny pictures. And I was like, I'm very thankful that my mom took pictures and kept them. Because it was really special to me to be able to look and be like, oh yeah, I remember that. And just the feeling. Yeah. Well, I need to show everyone. I used to wear this cap and it was a dread cap. So literally it had beads. It was, watch, I'm going to show you.
You really wanted to be a hippie.
I am a hippie. I feel like you should walk through and show everyone, but this is what I look like every day. I would just live on the plaza. And
Oh my gosh, that is so freaking funny. Look at your big old pants too.
they were my Halloween pants. So it's nice to go and look at those memories and be like,
It's better on YouTube, huh?
it is. You should show it to me too. You didn't see.
Oh no. What the heck? You know, that's what we do though as human beings. We try to change our outer shell, you know, but it's all inside. And, you know, like I chose this costume, this Native American costume to walk around on this earth, you know, but the spirit inside is like you have to feed the spirit, and we do feed it with our with frequency. Everything is frequency and numbers and stuff like this. And the outer side is just a costume, and it's cool that, you know, we chose all these different costumes to wear. Like I was always a rocker dude, or, you know, a skateboarder guy, as I was like, you know. But I wasn't a poser. I knew how to skate. Yeah. I knew how to use my skateboard. I didn't just walk around with it like I was cool. You know, I have the scars to show. You know, I wasn't a poser, right? But you know, those are just like phases in our lives that we go through, that we, at that certain time, and she's talking about the stuff that it's kind of like with your music, you plant those seeds. So it's almost like a breadcrumb that somebody can find and say, oh, hey, okay, this is all right. Okay, I know where I'm at now, and I'm ready to go forward from that. Instead of like, picking something up and then put it in your pocket, why don't you just pick it up and just leave it there? You learned your lesson from it. You got the message that you wanted. But if you refuse to see those messages and keep blocking yourself, you're going to just keep getting more and more. The more you resist, it's going to persist. Like, are you going to do this or not? Let's proceed on with what we're doing. With your music, like you're talking about, you let go of everything. What you went through in the past with your songs, and you put that out there and you got rid of all that shit. So it's time to write the new stuff, right? It's time to evolve from that.
Yeah.
So how do you feel like right now after this change, after letting go of everything?
Yeah, I feel good. I feel new. I feel like I'm ready to just see like what is gonna come out. It's really cool. It's like I let go of all my notions of what I wanted and like what I am, and I know who I am, but allowing like new impression. We're making up words all day to be impressionable. So like to allow people to like, I'm inspired by other people and allowing that to come through me, but still like with who I am. So I'm open to new things. I feel like kind of like a fresh start. I feel like you feel when you wake up in the morning, when you feel good when you wake up in the morning though, and you're ready to start the day and you're just like, what's gonna come today? Like that's how I feel in life right now, because I'm moving cities, left a job to do what I want to do, working, at the centers that I'm working at with movement, just because I have my private clients and then I have my classes, and that's really new for me. This is like a month new, So all of this is new, and it's also with my music, I haven't been able to sit down and really write in the middle of all this change, but what I do is I use my driving to allow sounds to come up, and I create a lot of what I create in my car, just like hearing it in my head and like recording it and then just letting it be and coming back to it. So I've been writing a lot of new music right now that I guess would have the message of like, keep going, the love that you have for yourself and the people, just hang on to that and keep going. It's going to see you through where you are. And it's nice because with the music I'm writing, it's like the breadcrumbs, because it's something that I have been connected with, and I'm like, here, I'm going to leave it for you. And then they use it, and if they share it with other people, incorporate it into their lives, and then they move on to the next thing, because it's all lessons. Nothing is permanent, so on to the next idea. But this feeling of freshness is really different for me, and I'm trying to allow myself to enjoy it and embrace it. It's really new for me. I've always been like a very, like, I feel like I always suffered, always, and I actually like was just caught up in that place, and it was like a home feeling, So I had all the limiting beliefs, and I was like, well, this is just my life. And letting go of that, it's really awesome, because I've met a lot of beautiful people since I let it go, and creating a lot more thoughts and ideas, and seeing them manifest. So even being in this room is because I let go of a lot. So it's really nice. Yeah.
So before you play a song, she's gonna play a song, guys. I promise. What do you feel that your generation needs? Because you're gonna be the next elder. We became elders, and that was involuntarily. And then, so now all the other elders that were our elders are leaving this earth, and we're the ones holding the fort for you guys. But how do you feel, what do you feel that you guys need at this time to move forward, to carry it on for your children?
Okay, so what I've learned is that, we come from mentalities that this is bad, this is right, black and white.
Yeah.
Okay, so, and then we have our spirit where we're like, I just want to have fun, kind of get fucked up sometimes. Like our generation, right? There's a way of balancing. There's a way of balance, and I feel like that's what our generation needs, is to come back to us. So like, come back to yourself, be close to who you are, be a grounded and mindful individual to where you do have your moral compass, you understand what is right for you, what you don't need. We don't need to be looking at right and wrong in a lot of areas right now, you know, with all the different lifestyles. You know, the generation before is a little closed off to that. They're starting to warm up to it, you know, but that's because of where they came from, you know. So like, understand that that's how they were raised, right? They need to evolve and they need to adapt, but we're at like a very beautiful place where we can appreciate all walks of life, and we also have like this eagerness to live, but we need to remember that we need to be close to ourselves, like the people before us, you know. Didn't have a lot of technology, so what did we do as kids? We played, right? So we need to remember that. Our generation needs to utilize the beautiful thing that technology gives, connecting, but we also need to remember, you know, to be with ourselves, have more alone time, be in nature, connect with people. You can go have fun, you can go on those shows and parties and like do what you need to do. There's no judgment here, you know. But there is, you know, the need of balance and mindfulness. So I think our generation needs to learn that we have it all in our body. We don't need to go search, because our generation is searching and searching and searching. And that's good, because we're discoverers, right? We're discovering new life, like we're bringing new creations now, but we have things that were given to us before that we cannot let go of, you know. So that's what I believe.
Want to say anything?
Some of them are like old tools that we can utilize, and it's okay to do that too. But I know with your generation, there's always going to be that sacredness, you know. We can't just be here on earth because, you know, we're allowed to be here on earth, and we still need to practice. I think that's one of the old traditions, I guess you could say, or beliefs that we have, is being sacred on this earth. You know, this is what it's all about. It's like honoring the elements, you know, the people, the animals, everything that's for directions, and that's what we're ready to hand that baton over to you guys. I mean, like, it's your turn, and we want to leave with you too how to keep that sacredness, even with your music and with your spirit, because it, you know, that's just what it's all about. You know, we learn to talk to the elements and stuff. So with your, you know, your music and stuff, so we want to keep that part of it too.
I just want to add to that. So I think, like you said, the sacredness, our generation is probably just starting to realize that, like, we are sacred beings. We are our healers. So I think that's what we need to learn. And that nothing's wrong with us, you know, like, people are looking at us and they're like, oh, you have all these issues, like, nothing's wrong. The feelings that come up, a lot of my friends, like, I'm feeling this way and I don't know why, and I'm like, it's okay, just let yourself feel, let yourself lean into it, let yourself create and grow from it, because we have so much new coming in, it's hard to keep up with. And we need to keep up with ourselves, I think, for us to progress as a generation, you know, and not get so caught up in all the material, and not feel that shame that maybe the past generations is like feeding us a little bit, because we're doing different things. Anyone that sees change, you know, that has been something for so long that they've held on to as a culture, a generation, whatever it may be. You know, for example, like cohabitating, that's something that is like very new. In the family studies classes I was taking, like during my time getting a degree, it was like cohabitating with a partner or different partners, like this is very new. So that's one example of, like, you know, we're learning new things. And we have to acknowledge that some people are gonna, you know, put a little shame involved in there. And whatever you're feeling, there's nothing wrong with your process, your journey. You just need to understand exactly how you feel in it, understand your emotions, learn how to identify your emotions, learn how to lean into them, learn how to create beautiful things from them. You know, you don't need to turn to sabotaging behaviors. You don't need to turn to the past. You know, already with this new year, people in my life, and I love them, but they're still holding on to things. And I'm like, hey, like, just let it go. It's new things. Create new behaviors, new habits, you know. You're sacred. You're a healer, you know. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, that was a little bit, hi guys, that was a little bit like hard for us as we were going through this process, because we've been fighting our whole life to not be conformed, but yet we still had that residual of conformity, and we were like, no, you got to do it this way, no, you got to do it that way, and of course I'm a Taurus, so I tell everybody what they're gonna do, but anyways, and it's like, okay, no, we got to allow them to be themselves, allow them to do it the way, we just got to be the bumper guards is basically how I voice it, you know, and that's kind of how I raised my son as well, and he's pretty much my hall monitor, which is funny because like this younger generation, they do want rules and regulations, but not so rigid.
Yeah.
They want it to be like a bubble that you can like, it's pliable and you can push it, but yet, you know, you're not suffocated and conformed in like a straitjacket. So, and that's how we felt when we were growing up. So, of course, us and our generation, which is, you know, middle age, 40s, 50s, you know, we're understanding that we have to be more open to how this evolvement is happening, and really listening more than chastising or putting your generation down, and being open to it, but yet we're still listening to spirit and the guidance that spirit wants and what spirit wants to be here on earth, because we're creating it together, we're co-creating together, so it's really important.
You reminded me of something. My mom is in her, you know, early 40s. She had me very young, so same thing, you know, she was like, sometimes, she said this a few months ago when I was going through this, you know, just this transition into becoming a sacred and healing person that I am. She was like, I don't know if I should give you colds and like harsh love and like tell you like what you're doing is wrong. She's like, because it's not wrong, it's your journey, and like I just need to tell you to be safe in it and to be understanding and mindful of your surroundings and to know who you are in it. But that's exactly like what we need. You know what I mean? We need those like when you go bowling, you have little bumpers and stuff, you know?
You can throw it as hard as you want.
So my son is 5, and speaking of bowling, he uses the bumpers, but like he always goes straight and like always beats me, always. He never uses the bumpers. But just knowing that they're there creates this sense of safety, you know? And to me, that's true. Like knowing that there's guidance on the side and behind me, like I'm safe and I have my arrow of where I'm going. So that's good for me and that's good for our generation.
Good.
Yeah.
That's good.
Anything?
What song?
Well, with your generation, the bumper guards are gone.
No more bumpers.
No more bumper guards.
No
No more training wheels. You guys gotta fucking do your shit, man.
Bye. Do it yourself.
But we'll be standing here when you're ready. Okay?
We'll be eating
With
the
that,
popcorn.
yeah, we're gonna be eating the popcorn and watching the show
Please
go
throw
on.
popcorn at us so that way we can eat a little, because we forget to eat and take care of ourselves.
With our generation, it's kind of hard to like hand over the baton, because we want to be sure that you guys are really ready to take on this, you know, world that you're creating. So we want to see what kind of impact you're gonna make on this earth, or are you just gonna keep fucking doing the same shit over and over, hitting your head on the wall until you figure it out. But like I said, there's no more bumper guards. You can make as many gutter balls, make as many mistakes as you want, and you learn from those mistakes. Okay, it's time to stand in your power, man, and love yourself and appreciate what you have. And we're just gonna listen to this beautiful young lady here and see what she has to say.
Awesome, thank you. I do want to say you are all welcome. Can I tell them about the sound bath here? So what's the details on that? Or you tell them and I'll tell them about the show. Yeah.
Okay, the sound bath is on the 11th, right? 1/11/20. Ooh! And it's at
2020.
6:30 p.m. Bring your blanket and pillow, and we have blankets here as well. And it's $20 at the door. Come through the back at Tammy's Edge, 301 Rio Grande. You guys know where we're at. You know, my peeps.
How long is it?
And it's usually about an hour and a half altogether because we channel in information from other beings that show up, and then we play for about 30 minutes, and then we do a share back. So we kind of bring it back to the kiva, so that way people can say their name and make sure that we all acknowledge each other. So that's something that's really important that we do at our sound baths. So yeah.
Beautiful. And then after the sound bath, we'll go to the wine dive. It's on 2nd and Gold. My friend Steven runs it. It's a beautiful wine bar. Gonna have live music from 9:30 to 11. And then after that, come to the after party down the street in Nob Hill, 123 Jefferson. You guys can just link with us right here, like social media. Just find me, Munira. I have my flyers going around. Contact you guys. Like, just come. Someone told me, they were like, just let me know about your event. And I was like, I'm letting you know. Just come.
Yeah.
And they're like, just let me know. I'm like, just come. Just show up. Yeah, exactly. So if you want to come, just start here, and we'll be on the journey together the rest of the night. So, I'm probably gonna play something I just wrote in LA with my friend Tim Bose and Carlinos. Just about, I don't know, just keep going, just breathe, keep going. Where you are is just right. So, how do you want to do? You want to hold it up to my mouth?
I think it'll be fine.
Right, here you go. Awesome. It's pretty new, so. Please add, like, do you want to jump in on some drums, or do
No.
you want to do anything? You just wanted me, or what?
It's all right.
Alright, fine. Thank you guys for listening, I guess. This is called We Love. Hey, yeah, yeah, hey, yeah, hey. You're gonna be alright. I know that life hasn't seemed to be on your side, but yeah, you gotta take your time. You don't gotta rush what you got, it's enough, so breathe. 'Cause you're precious, you're perfect, keep going, no pressure. I want you, I need you, I'm here, stay present. Breathe. Feeling hurt by my words like a drug that don't hurt. You know being hurt is what you deserve. Yeah. Time after time, we love through fire and ice. We love. Everyone wants what we got in us, yeah. 'Cause we love it, yeah. When shit ain't right, we love. When you can't fight, we love. Don't let it go, it's a bar. 'Cause we love, yeah, 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 yeah. You're doing fine. Where you are is a place that needs your light. You're living high. Gotta thank yourself for getting back to the other side. So breathe. 'Cause you're perfect, you're precious, keep going, no pressure. I want you, I need you, I'm here, stay present. Breathe. Yeah, yeah. Feeling hugged by my words like a drug that don't hurt. You know being hurt is what you deserve. Yeah. Time after time, we love through fire and ice. We love. Everyone wants what we got in us. Yeah. 'Cause we love what we got. Yeah. When shit ain't right, we love. fire and ice. We love, and everyone wants what we got in us, yeah. 'Cause we got it, we love it, yeah. When shit ain't right, we love. You can't fight, we love. Don't wanna go, it's above. 'Cause we love, yeah. You love, I love, we love. That's all you need, just love, baby. Keep going, no pressure. I want you, I need you. Stay present, just love, yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Thank you.
I love that
Thank
song.
you.
Woo.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Keep going. That'll
Get
be
it
released
going.
in the next couple months. So.
Yay, that's awesome.
Just love yourself, love people around you. Just keep going. We're all in this together.
Yep, we
We're all in
are.
this
We're all
together.
there. Woo.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
Mm.
this is our last question. And our last question is, what kind of advice do you want to give everybody around the whole world?
Wow. I'm gonna give advice that I just got. But I'm gonna deepen it because it really just put me in my place. It was needed. Someone literally looked at me and said, "Stop becoming and just be. Stop becoming and just be." And let go of the notion that you need to become. This is what my advice is. So that's what I got. This is what I'm telling people. Let go of the notion that you need to become something better, to do something better. Like, I'll do it when I'm better. I'll do it when I'm not, holding on to this stuff anymore. I'll do it when I'm a different person. If I look better, if I whatever it is that you think that you don't have, just let that notion go, and be who you are, and be open to just being around other people. People pull things out of us that we need to be pulled out. We're like, oh yeah, I was there. I just needed someone to remind me. Whatever it is you carry, whatever it is you've come from, think it, forgive, give to yourself, be who you are and be where you are, and everything is gonna come. Everything is gonna come. I promise. Just be. Yeah, that's what I feel. Yeah.
Just be a human being, not a human doing.
Yes.
The word love is like saying, I want you, and then just barely found out about all these words that we utilize, these symbols that we use and stuff like this, way to acknowledge one another, to, even maybe warn one another. So we utilize all these symbols and words and numbers and, frequencies that to remind each other of where we're at and maybe even where we're heading to. So that's a good message, saying that everything good that you want for yourself and for your lineage behind you is coming. All the gifts are coming. Just accept them gracefully and elegantly. Remove the blinders, okay? Wake up now, quit sleeping. Get your shit done. Wake up.
Wake up.
Wake up.
Remove the blinders, because it's the 2020 vision. They keep talking about the 2020 vision, So take off your beer goggles.
Take off the goggles.
Take off the beer goggles, man. And just love yourself, appreciate what you have, and have gratitude for every day that you breathe, breathe in that prana, that mana, all that good love energy that comes from just being who you are. Okay? We love you very much, and here's my beautiful self.
Thank you so much for being present at this moment. We love you so much. Just keep in touch with us. You know how to get in contact with us, collectivefrequency.com. We are changing the webpage here soon, so we'll have the calendar up. We're working on that really fast and getting it together. We have a lot of collaborations coming up with Olar Productions, and we're going to be bringing a lot of the amazing talent that's coming from around the world to the productions that are happening and planning for the summer solstice, the great big summer solstice as well. So just keep in touch with us, Tammy and Anthony Chino, on YouTube and on Facebook. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for showing up and being here.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. Thank you for everyone that was present. If you want to get in touch, I'm Munira, MUNIRAH. You can find me on Instagram, Spotify, iTunes. Find me here, because we'll be here.
Yeah.
We'll be here a lot more this year. So just find me here.
So, thank you very much.
Thank you.
And
Thank you.
I'll just,
Yeah.
Peace out, guys. Love you.
Peace out.
she's all